Mama, does God only listen to adults?
Hello, so my name is Delpupos. I'm from Brazil. I'm married to this beautiful woman here for almost 10 years.
My name is Elaine. I was born in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I came here to the US when I was young. I was a child, and then I went back to Brazil. We met in college, and we've been married for 10 years.
We were 3 years into our marriage when we find out that she was pregnant, and it was a very, very, very happy day.
After I had Ben, that's when I found out that I couldn't have kids naturally. It was very hard for us because I always dreamt of having a big family, a bunch of kids, and during this process, we also found out that Ben was very allergic, a very severe food allergies. He was only 6 months old when we found out, and that started a super hard phase in our lives. Ben had a pretty tough early childhood because of the allergies. We couldn't go to birthday parties or restaurants. He couldn't eat any type of food that anybody had, prepared for him. He had a very severe restrict diet. I had to quit my job and I became a stay-at-home mom because it would be too dangerous for him to go to school.
We didn't have any date nights for like 5 years because we didn't trust anybody with him.
He didn't only have digestive system allergy, he had contact allergy. So if anybody ate anything which was allergic to and touched him, he would start getting the hives.
It started to get a little harder when he started asking why he was like that, why he couldn't eat what other people were eating, why he couldn't have ice cream or why he couldn't eat chocolate. We always talked very openly with him about the issues that he had with food, but we always said, hey, there's one person that can heal you, and that's God, that's Jesus.
When he was about to turn 4, I was doing regular bedtime routine, and I read the Bible, and when I was about to pray, he asked me, Mama, does God only listen to adults? And I felt that he wanted to pray. And I asked him, do you want to pray? Do you want to talk to God? And he was a little shy in the beginning, but he said yes. And that was the first time that he prayed out loud. And his prayer was, God, can you please heal me so I can eat ice cream? After that, we already had a family vacation planned to Florida, and we went on.
Yeah, so we were feeling courageous after that, and now we know it was all part of God's plan. We decided to, let him try some stuff during the trip, right? So he would try like French fries or chicken nuggets from McDonald's, and he wouldn't have any kind of reaction. And we were like, oh, McDonald's is very clean these days. So when we came back from that vacation, we missed our flight, and we had to grab a flight to upstate New York and drive 7 hours to come home. So we got home, we were done. It was almost 3 a.m. We had a bunch of stuff to do, work the other day, and on top of that, she had an appointment, and we didn't have any food in the house, so she passed in the supermarket, grabbed a couple of stuff so she could go to this appointment that she had.
When I got to this appointment, I had brought him a yogurt, and it was gonna be a very quick appointment, like a 30-minute thing, and he said he was hungry, so I gave him the yogurt. Right after he started eating that, I started getting this weird feeling, very unsettling. I felt like something bad was gonna happen, and I started praying because I had no idea what was going on. As I was praying and I was talking to God and asking God, why am I feeling like this? What is going on? What's happening? I would hear his voice while he was eating the yogurt, and he would say, "This is delicious. I love this yogurt." After a minute or so, my eyes opened and I realized that I had made a mistake. I had been so perfect for 4 years and I bought the wrong yogurt. Instead of the vegan one, I bought the whole milk yogurt. And the first thing I thought, I just killed my kid. I killed my child. And I felt like my whole world had, crumble down. I started shaking, and my first reaction was to call him.
Yeah, when she called, she was crying. My first reaction was like, call 911, call 911. And then I hear his voice. I'm okay, Dad. I'm okay, Mom. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. How's he doing? And she goes, he seems fine. I'm like, so don't call anybody now. Let's watch him. So that's what we did that day. We watched him. He never had a reaction. We kept on looking.
I watched him the whole night.
She couldn't sleep. And then she told me about Ben's prayer. That's when it hit us that he was healed by God, because he prayed and he asked. We called the doctor, and she didn't believe us because she had just seen Ben a month before that.
When we got there, they started giving him on the syringe this amount of milk. So they would give him a little bit, and we would wait for 30 minutes.
We had 3 people looking over him.
Nurses coming in and out, and they would come back, and she would increase the amount a little bit. So we were there for 3 hours, and after 3 hours, he was drinking a glass of milk.
Yeah, he didn't have any reactions, and
Whatsoever.
we literally went across the street to IHOP right after. Even though she said, "Do not do that," I'm like, "Yeah, he's
We
healed."
did.
Like,
Because-
I know.
Because
he's
the
healed.
thing is, that day, she tested him for milk. But he was still allergic to a bunch of other stuff. He had this almost 15-item list. But I knew.
Oh, we knew it.
We knew because we know when God does something, it's not going to be half of something. It's going to be like the whole thing. So I knew, even though they had just tested him for milk, I knew he was completely healed. Eggs and everything else on the list.